Hi everybody, welcome to Homes Made Creations. Today we're going to be looking at a porch leaner. It's a short porch leaner, could be used inside the house as well. I'm going to be doing a daisy on it and some faux vertical shiplap post. So I just have this raised up a little bit and I'm going to put you down here so you can actually see what's going on. So I have this board just set up on some smaller boards just to get it up and off of the table just a little bit. I am going to try to turn the board so that I don't get any paint on them, because I am hoping to paint them white. They're going to be part of my firecrackers, my fireworks after a while. So I am just going to do a faux stain with Java brown chalk paint and water, and then I'm going to take the cleaning wipes and wipe it off, and so it'll give me kind of that faux look for the like for the wooden boards. Just gonna squirt some on there, and I'm just using my mist bottle and I'm gonna mist it. Get it getting wet. I'm using this brush. I do want to get my brush wet a little bit. There we go. And then I'm just going to go back and forth, get it painted in here, and then I go back with those cleaning wipes, wipe it off. That kind of is what really gives it that stained wooden look. I'm just going to take like a baby wipe and start working. And you can see as I'm pulling that off, it also allows me to spread that paint slash faux stain around and get it in those spots. Now the reason I wanted this raised up was so that I could come along the sides here and do the sides no problem. So I hold this up so you can see maybe a little bit better about how I'm doing the sides here. We're going to take this tobacco stick and make our lines here. And I'm just using a pencil. I'm just going to go down the board with the pencil. Kind of see where it is there. You could do 3 or 4 boards here, whichever you prefer. Then I'm going to take some brown Java paint that I've squirted some water with, and I'm going to need a little more water there. So it's kind of a diluted brown Java, and I'm just going to go right down the line. And I'm okay if it's not completely straight, because after all, your boards aren't going to be completely straight when you work them out. So. Hi everybody, welcome back. So I have given this a couple of days to completely dry, so I think we're good to go. We're going to make our daisies on here. I want to do one just kind of one daisy here in the center, and then a stem and maybe a couple of leaves. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for making it to this point in the video. I really do appreciate your support and your time. If you are enjoying this, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I really do appreciate it. It really does help my channel to grow. So I'm going to get started on this. I'll bring you down here so you can actually see what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of lay it out here like I want it, and then we're going to do some colors. I've got some cottage white. I've got some moss. I've got a couple of different colors of yellow. I have maize and vintage mustard. I have a gray, and I have a Java brown. So I'm going to use all those colors together just to kind of mix and mingle, do some shading and things like that. So let's get started. Hi Nick. Hi buddy. You're coming to see what I'm doing? You want to come see if you want to paint with Mama? You want to paint with me? You silly boy. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. I think I'm going to start out with an angled brush. I really like an angled brush to make lines with, and I'm thinking that I'm going to want probably about right here, and I'm going to draw a smaller circle first. I believe I'll start with the vintage mustard. I believe I'll start with that one. Like I said, I want my stem to come up here. So I'm thinking my center of my flower is going to be maybe in this range. I want to be able to see some of the petals going this way. So I definitely want to leave me some room over here. Yellow is a little bit one of those translucent colors, so we'll have to go over it a couple times, but I really want to do some shading and different things, so I'm actually going to be doing several things with it. I believe it's going to need to be a little bit bigger. Something more along those lines. Okay, I kind of like that. I'm actually going to go over my center here with some white too, just to help that opaque. White is a little more opaque than the yellow, just kind of help build that up so that I can go from there. I don't know if I want to come out this way or if I want to come out this way. I guess this way. Something kind of like that. Alright, let's give that a try. I'm going to use this moss green. It's a really good color for leaves and things, and I'm going to put it right beside or close to my yellow because I will be probably doing the two of them together. And I'm going to go with a smaller brush, and then I'm thinking it needs to come in here. Something like that. Give or take. And then the leaves, I think, need to come out this way. Something like that, maybe. Something like that, and then over here on this one, I think I'll make this leaf come down just a little bit more. This can be a bit of a fatter one. Maybe even a little bit fatter than that. Something like that maybe. Get those kind of filled in. This is just kind of lay in the background here, and then I'll come back in with a couple different colors to go over top of it, and while it's still wet, and I'll undo some shading and things like that. I believe I might like that. Okay, so while the white is still a little bit wet, I'm going to add just a smidgen of gray to it around the edges just to give it that shaded look, and then we will come back in with some brighter white and to go in the very, very centers there. And with my brush that I have my white on, I'm going to get just a very small smidgen of it. Bring my white over here. Give me a little bit more white because I want it barely gray. Just a hint of it. And I'm going to add just a smidgen of water. This one does a little bit thinned out. And then I'm going to come right around the edges, and I think I'm going to do it on both edges. And just come right down the middle. If you're new to my channel, I would love for you to say hi down below and let me know where you're watching from. I love to get to know any of my subscribers. I just recently had to restart this station, this channel, so I have very few subscribers at the moment, so I would love for you to join me and help my channel out, help me to grow. But leave me a comment down below just saying hi and where are you watching from. What's your favorite? Do you like daisies? Have you guys ever done any daisies in your painting? And what about this? This is not exactly the normal size of paint porch leaners that I normally do, but I think it could go out on the porch. I think it could go at a fireplace. Like, I think there's several places that it could go and would look nice. So do you guys do that kind of thing? Do y'all put these kind of things out on your porch or your fireplace? Leave me a comment, let me know. Okay, I'm going to go back in here with my yellow and give another coat of yellow on top of this one. Just so that, like I said, we're going to be building it up. And I'm not really worried about the edges just yet because I'm going to be doing several coats to all of this. So, alright, with this stem, while it's still a little bit wet, I'm going to get just a little bit of this yellow mixed in with my green there. And I'm just going to drag it down through here. And I'm just washing out that brush that we were using the white with, the white and gray. I'm fine to have a little bit of water on my brush so that I can get some white paint up here and get it kind of mixed around nice and thin like. I do want to take my brush that I had my green in. I'm going to pick up a little more green. I didn't wash it off. I just left it there. And I am just going to kind of go through here and do just a little bit more. Adding a little more water to my white here. Wait for it to be good. in. Alright, I'm going to mix a little bit of white if I can get a hold of it with this green, maybe even the green and the yellow. I'm going to add just a smidgen of brown to my green here so that I can kind of get that bottom part just a little bit darker. While that's still a little bit wet, I may take just a smidgen more of just solid, really bright white and just come in here and add some touches there. I'm going to take this brush right here, I'm just going to get it a little bit wet, get in a little bit of gray and a little bit of that white. Let's see about making some lines. Just kind of tell which one's on top here. Alright, I'm kind of liking this part. I think I'm ready to go back in with my round, just to make my round again. And I'll pick up a little bit of brown, just to do me a little bit of shading here. Something like that there. Wipe my brush off a little bit so I can kind of feather that in a little bit. Stick it in there and get it wet so it'll help feather that just a little bit more. Okay. And then I'm going to add a little bit of white. And I might come back in here just with my liner brush here and get me some, get it wet first, and then get me some brown here and just come in here. The lightest part where the light's going to be hitting it, I want to do some white dots. So, thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate it a lot. I hope you enjoyed this. From start to finish, it was a little bit of a process because of all the shading that we did, but you could do it much simpler without that if you would like. Again, thanks so much for joining me. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and give me a thumbs up. And I hope you'll go check out some of my other videos. Leave me a comment down below. What's your favorite? And we'll see you soon. Thanks, guys.